All right, so this is just the answers to the Unit 1 test. All of them should be in. And so if you want to check your answers, the scores have been in for a while, but this way you can kind of look through and see which ones you missed. Unfortunately, I can't go through. I do grade each one, but to go through personally each one, even if I spent 10 minutes a piece, it would end up being almost 2 to 3 days of time doing that. So I can't do that, unfortunately, but this way you can go through and check your answers. We kind of do this in class this way. If we were in school, we go through them and everybody checks them all at once. So let's do that. Turning these into percents, you just move the decimal twice, so it's 60%. Okay. This one here you move twice, so it's 8%. This one you move twice, so it's 0.7%. Okay. So you have 0.7%. This one you move twice, and it's 521%. Okay, then you get to these, turning them into decimals. You move it twice the other way, so you get 0.37. This one you get 0.082, so that looks like this. Okay. Where'd we go here? All right, this one is 0.03. You move it twice. So you go once, twice, and you got to fill in that hole, so it's 0.03. This one is 0.687. So you move it twice, and it's 0.687. Okay, find the percent of a given value, round to the nearest tenth. So 20% of 70, you take 70. Take 70, and you multiply it by 0.2, because you move the decimal twice. You multiply it times 0.2. And equals. So 14 was the answer there. 2% of 80. So you're going to put in 80. And you multiply it times 2%, which is 0.02. Okay. And you get 1.6. Rounded to the nearest tenth is just 1.6. Okay. 130% of 50. There was a few that missed this one. Make sure, okay, you put 50. And when you multiply 130, you move the decimal twice, so you're multiplying that times 1.3. So 1.3, and you get 65. Okay, 6.2% of 57. So 57 times 0.062. And you get 3.534. Okay, and rounded to the nearest tenth would have been 3.5. Okay, 120% of 90. That's number 13. So 90 times 120% is 1.2. You get 108. Okay, find the total of an item after tax. So you have a $50 item. This is number 14. You have a $50 item, and you have an 8% tax. Okay, so you multiply those, and it's $4. So the item plus the tax is $54, because it says the total of an item after tax. So you got to take the $50, add it to the $4. Okay, number 15 is a $73 item times a 6.7% tax. So that would be, move it twice, 0.067. Let's go ahead and do that in the calculator. 73 times 0.067 is 489, rounded to the nearest tenth. So 73 plus 489 is 77.89. Okay. Number 16. Find the total of the meal after tax. We got to do the tax first, then take that new total and multiply it times the tip. Okay. So 16, you should have took $100 and 8.2% tax. Okay, which comes to $8.20. And then you take that $8.20 and you add it to your meal, because this is just the tax. So you got $108.20. And now you need to tip off that, and we're tipping 15% on this one. So you take 108.20. So let's put that in. And you're multiplying it by 15%, so 0.15. So 1623. So you got to take your 1820. And some of you, I noticed this is where you messed up. You took 100 again. Well, you've already added the tax. You can't lose that tax. And you're adding 1623. And so you get $124.43. Okay. Number 17, same thing, except it was a $90 meal and a 7.3% tax. So let's do that. $90 times 0.073 is $6.57. So $96.57 is the meal with tax. And then you're going to do a 20% tip on that. So $96.57 times 0.2 is $19.31. So you got to add that in. So you get $115.88. Okay. All right. Now the interest. Okay, so interest is just principal times rate times time, and you're finding just the interest. So you're just doing the interest. You're not adding it back to the total on this one. So let's do that one. Let's see if I can just put this by here and we can do them like this. So 3,000 times 5% is 0.05 times 3 should have been 450. Okay. Number 19 is 10,000 times 7%, so 0.07 times 8 years is 5,600. So 450, 5,600. Oops, is those two right there. And then number 20. Okay, so number 20, you're hitting 7,500 is your principal. 6.2% is 0.062. Okay, and then 12 months is the same as 1 year. Okay, you're not multiplying times 12 because it's not 12 years. It's just times 1, which is the same thing, which is 465. So number 20 was 465. Okay, and then the bonus, you had to find the principal. Okay, so you know the interest. What you don't know is the principal. So this is the one that you take 500 because you already have your total. So you're going to take 500 and you're going to divide it by, because you're working backwards to solve for the principal, you're going to divide it by 0.03. Okay, and then you're going to take that answer and divide it by 4. And you get 4,166.67. Okay, so that was the Unit 1 test. I'll have your Unit 2 test graded shortly. Make sure if you've not turned the Unit 2 test that you get that in. Those do have a deadline, so make sure you turn that in. and I can get those graded. And as soon as I get everyone in and graded, I can put a video of the grades just like this. I waited till Friday so that it doesn't seem like there's no assignment on this. There's nothing to turn in, nothing to even mark that you watched it, because there's no attendance on Friday. It's just there so you can check your answers for Unit 1. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.